Another dawn, another day of motionless vessels on the Strait of Hormuz. And another day of these ships waiting for some movement from either Washington or Tehran to end the war for good and get this crucial economic waterway back up and running.
This is the news media. Irrespective of what you think, that maybe President Trump doesn't know what he's doing. He knows what he is doing. But Iran must not be allowed to have a nuclear weapon, because that is disastrous. It is deadly for Iran to possess a nuclear weapon to the detriment of the whole world. The world may be blown up. The Middle East may be blown up. So whatever is going on in the Strait of Hormuz will be sought out carefully very soon. It is very important to note that these guys, these IRGC guys, they are Islamic jihadists, and they should not be allowed. Please, their ideologies are different from the normal perspective of all of us all. Please and please, let's be considerate. Okay? They should not be allowed to get to a state where no country in the world will be able to challenge them anymore. Thank you very much.
President Trump had said that he intended to make a decision after a meeting in the Situation Room on Friday, but he did not, with the Defense Secretary saying he had faith in the Commander-in-Chief.
I'm quite confident with our president, who makes nothing but great deals, that ultimately it'll be something he's proud to defend, that ensures that Iran, which everyone knows should not have a nuclear weapon, never does.
It's believed any deal would extend the ceasefire for 60 days and start talks on the future of Iran's nuclear program. At a pro-regime rally in Tehran, Iranians voiced skepticism. Trump has constantly mentioned a potential deal for weeks to no avail, and given the Americans have attacked Iran in the middle of negotiations before, distrust of the US president prevails.
First of all, this is not just my view. The whole world is saying that he is a crazy, stupid person. He does not stand by his word. He is a complete liar and a low person, and he only talks nonsense. We don't pay attention to what he says, and we continue our own work.
It was just last Saturday that Marco Rubio said there was good news to come, and Trump said the agreement had largely been negotiated, before later saying he wasn't yet satisfied. The president's shifting narrative has been criticized, and the framework on the table does not match his stated objectives when he launched the war on February the 28th. Yes, he discussed nuclear weapons then, but he also spoke of regime change and Iran's missile capabilities, and the Strait of Hormuz was never mentioned.
Part of the problem, of course, is that the United States, when it started off these negotiations or started off this entire process, it thought that the Iranians were going to collapse within 4 days. So it never really thought that this public posture and public negotiation would be a problem. But that is one of the two biggest problems we have right now, which is that the negotiations are taking place too publicly, which is never helpful in situations like this. And secondly, the ball has been in the Iranian court for more than 10 days now.
And the Iranians want any potential deal to include peace in Lebanon, where Israeli forces continue to advance in their war against Hezbollah, despite a ceasefire being in place.
If there is continued slaughter and bombing of Lebanon, the spillover risk is significant, and that can actually reignite the war between Israel and Iran. We've already seen how twice the war in Gaza and Lebanon has spilled over into Iran. And the Iranian objective here is to truly end the war, not just have a pause, not have a porous ceasefire that the Israelis can break at any time.
President Trump hasn't headed off to Florida this weekend as he usually does, sticking close to the White House. He knows he needs some conclusion because in this election year, the conflict is hugely unpopular. 2/3 of Americans say it was wrong to go to war. And the headaches are mounting for a president obsessed with his legacy after a federal judge ordered the removal of Trump's name from the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. In response, an irate president wrote, "Unless I am free to do what I do better than anyone else, I have no interest in continuing what could only be a hopeless journey into Never Never Land." That speaks volumes about Trump on Iran too, that when the president doesn't get his way, he loses interest. And the vessels on the Strait of Hormuz are left to wait for the president to refocus his attention on their ongoing plight.